talking to you guys about like how I got started in real estate investments. So if you haven't already, I need you to go right now and like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, y'all. I wanted to get inside of the real estate game, y'all. I wanted to get inside of the real estate game like super bad. And I was just praying to God about it. I'm like, God, I really want to get into real estate. There's a lot of private owners, like people, like small people that don't have their homes listed on these major sites that are willing to sell their house at a cheaper price than what you would find on the actual internet, which also eliminates, a lot of competition when it comes to actually trying to purchase the house, because on the internet, there's thousands of people that can see the same thing that you're seeing. But when you work on like smaller search engines and work on like just getting out there in the neighborhood and contacting people that you see like the home is vacant, you have a greater chance at getting the actual house at a lower price, because there's no competition. There's not as much competition compared to if it was listed on these big corporation sites and whatnot. So I would encourage you to look at the smaller players. Look at foreclosed homes that are in your county. Look at different counties. I would say Google the top 10 places to actually invest in a property at. What are the top 10 places to buy the cheapest homes in America that you could also make a profit? Because you don't want to buy a house at a bad community and then you don't make no money. For example, I was looking at buying this townhouse. And I was telling my boyfriend about it, y'all. Hey, your girl got a boyfriend. Hey, God did it. That's another YouTube video. But so I was looking at this townhouse, and I was thinking about buying it, and it was like super cheap, y'all. Like super cheap. Like I gotta get it. And so I was telling my boyfriend, like, hey, like I think this is a great opportunity to invest. And so, when I saw the number, I wasn't thinking about what was going on around the actual townhouse. All I was thinking about was securing the bag and getting the property. I wasn't concerned about anything else. And so he was like, well, what does it look like around the townhouse? And so I went to looking around the townhouse on like Google Maps and stuff. The whole block was empty. So, that would have been a waste of my investment if I would have just bought that one townhouse and there was nothing, like no houses, no nothing. Everything was like abandoned and stuff like that. It was like a ghost town basically. And I would have wasted my money, trying to do that. I think that's a good investment if you plan on buying a whole block. In my case, I wasn't trying to fix up a whole block. I was just trying to fix up just the townhouse, Lord. I wasn't trying to fix up the whole block yet. We gonna get there though. But at that moment, I just wanted to work on a townhouse, so I thank God for the boyfriend, amen. Thank God for Zaddy for just dropping those nuggets to me, because I'm like, dang, that was not a good investment. So when you do look at properties and they are on the lower scale, make sure you check the surroundings, that you are investing in a real estate that has people around it. It's not like just a whole abandoned city or anything like that. I strongly recommend you do it. But if y'all got time, can your girl just tell you a quick testimony? Can I just share a quick testimony of a house off of Facebook Marketplace? And I was able to speak directly with the owner. Now, the owner had owned the house outright. So really, she wasn't trying to sell a house in order to pay off the mortgage. No, she owned the house outright, y'all. So that gave me more wiggle room in order to negotiate a price with her. And so I was like, okay, all right. So there were two houses I was looking at. And there was one in one area and one in another area. So the first home I was going to look at, as soon as I got up in the morning, the Lord spoke to me and he said, don't do it. And I'm like, don't do it. The money looking right with this house. It's in a nice area. I can definitely, use this. And so I didn't do it. And so I went to the second house. And so the second house was cheaper and plus all the materials that I needed in order to complete the renovations on the house were in a shed. They were in the process of upgrading the home and stopped in the middle of it, but had all the materials on site and gave it to me when I purchased the home, y'all. And so, yeah, I would encourage you to listen to the voice of the Lord wherever he may send you, and don't look for things the traditional way of looking for a home. Don't think the traditional way, like, oh, I'm gonna get a realtor, oh, I'm gonna look on Zillow, oh, I'm gonna do this. No, look at the properties that your city owns. Look at properties that other cities own, because just because that the house that you might invest in, it might not be in your city. So I'm gonna need you, honey, to think outside the box and don't be small-minded, because what God might have in store for you might just be right outside your city, and you ain't coming in contact with it because you stuck on what's in your city. And so you never know, God might have something just on the outside of your city. Hey, so yeah, check it out, comment, and let me know how y'all real estate investment going, or if y'all ever thought about it or anything like that. Your girl want to hear your stories. Mwah! Love you guys.